Salutations! So, today I am going to be doing something very special for you. I'm going to be reading my book! Let's get started with the book I released called Summer in the Prince's Castle. As usual, the background music for this is going to be Dan and Phil Beats. Lo-fi to procrastinate to, as per usual. Cover art was made by Livia Santos. Summer in the Prince's Castle, written by me. Cover art made by Livia Santos. Which, if you're watching this, Livia, I hope you enjoy it. Chapter 1. An Unexpected Letter. It happened in the 21st century, the year long forgotten. In a town you have probably never heard of in the United States of America. The story begins with a girl named Lucy, who is just in the middle of 9th grade. She may seem very beautiful with her emerald green eyes, bronze hair, pouty lips, and blushed face. Disregarding her height and attitude, her life is seemingly normal considering she lives in a house that overlooks a field. Her house had an average-sized garage with what looks like red brick decorating the outside, and a floor that looks like a treehouse. The house itself was big, but her favorite part about it was the yard. In this yard, there was a specific place she loved to go to, which was the cherry blossom tree that was planted there. It soothed her whenever she went. She would go when she was angry, sad, had some teen angst, or had important or private things to attend to. It all happened in early spring. She was coming home from school when she picked up the mail and found something peculiar. When she sorted through it in her home, she found an envelope addressed to her marked urgent and private. So she set the rest on the table, took the letter, and ran to her favorite tree. Once she got there, she sat under her tree and opened the letter. The paper sealed inside the envelope had a wax seal on the bottom. Lucy gaped in shock as she continued to read further. What she read was, "Dear Lucy Adair, you are cordially invited to a masquerade ball in celebration of the Prince of Wales' 15th birthday on June the 4th. Please call this number to RSVP for it. More information will be given when you call. I hope you will save me the first dance. Sincerely, the royal family." It wasn't long after she finished reading the letter when her family came home. Lucy told her family about it, and they all looked as shocked as she felt. Lucy asked her family what she should do, and they said, "You should call to see what's up. It is a royal family after all." So, Lucy called the number, and a man in his middle age picked up the phone and asked, "Hello? Who is this calling?" Lucy answered him, saying, "This is Lucy Adair speaking." The man simply said, "Ah yes, Madam Lucy. I am guessing you are accepting the royal invite, yes?" Lucy answered, Yes, I am." And the man explained the whole thing. "You see, what is going on is this. You have been chosen for a summer with the royal family, beginning on the night of the ball. It is all expenses paid, and you have the option to bring a friend with you if you like. The friend, however, will only stay for a couple of weeks. And please notify me when you have chosen the friend if you wish to accept." I suggest you start packing as soon as possible. Yeah. Also, when you get to the ball, there will be a man waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs. And with that, they said their goodbyes and hung up. The phone, however, was on speakerphone the whole time. When they all went to bed, Lucy called her friend Sakura Blossom and explained the whole ordeal. Sakura accepted her friend's request and went to sleep. All that was left to do was wait for school to end and pack. Chapter 2. A birthday ball to remember. The fateful day finally came. Lucy and Sakura were packed and ready for the trip. Both of them were on the plane dead asleep, for they had to wake up extremely early to get there with enough time to do hair, makeup, and get dressed. When they landed, they were greeted by an assistant with security guards. The assistant greeted her. "Salutations, I am Elise." Lucy and Sakura greeted in the same manner. "I'm going to escort you to the palace, so please follow me," Elise explained. When they got to the palace, they put all of their stuff in their rooms and got ready for the ball. They were guided to the ballroom, Lucy in her indigo gown from her grandmother, and Sakura in her homemade aquamarine gown, both with masks to match. Lucy wore black mascara and bright red lipstick. Sakura wore the same mascara with pink lipstick. Once they stepped into the ballroom, all eyes went directly to them. The ballroom walls were faded gold with marble pillars and small veins of yellow. The floor was a beautiful faded bronze. Everyone was dressed in the most fabulous of clothes. An announcer said their names. "Introducing Lucy Adair and Sakura Blossom of Utah." As soon as those words left his lips, everyone immediately went back to their own business. Lucy and Sakura walked down the stairs, and once they got to the bottom, they were greeted by a man no older than them. "Hello, ladies," said the man. He was dressed in an average tuxedo. His hair was jet black in a fringe, arranged in such a manner it almost covered one of his eyes. His mask studded with rhinestones around the edge, and in the corner of the mask were diamond-shaped rhinestones. The mask's general color was green. The darkest shades were focused around the eyes. He bowed and walked to Lucy. Then he asked, holding out his right hand, "May I have this dance?" Sakura, already having found someone to dance with, Lucy accepted his offer. The music playing was the theme from Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. When they got to the dance floor, Lucy said, "Happy birthday." The prince, having been exposed, spun her around and introduced himself. "My name is Hugh." They danced for the rest of the song, but as it was ending, Hugh spun her around, and as the final note echoed through the room, Hugh dipped Lucy and held her there for a few seconds. As Swan Lake was being played, Lucy turned beet red. Hugh saw this and put her upright, where she shoved him and ran off the dance floor. Hugh ran after her to talk and get to know her. When Lucy stopped and Hugh asked, "Did you not like the dance?" Lucy almost shouted, "No, of course not." "Well, maybe only a little." Hugh then asked what was wrong with it. Lucy, surprisingly calm, said, I cannot date until I am 16. The conversation continued on like that until Swan Lake was over. But something odd happened with the music. Something crazy. Something celestial. As the song Cotton Eye Joe came on, Lucy and Sakura, being Americans, knew just what to do. They got their dance partners and danced to the music. This continued until the king and queen got up and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, now is the part of the evening where everyone removes their mask and reveals to their dance partners who they really are." Hugh went first. His eyes were as blue as sapphires, his skin like ivory. Sakura had a look of pure shock on her face. Lucy, however, kept a stone-cold expression. Lucy and Sakura then both revealed their faces. Hugh just looked Lucy in the eyes and surveyed her total appearance. You would have had to be standing right next to him to see that he was blushing. Not long after that, everyone left to go home or go to their rooms to sleep. Almost everyone that was walking to their rooms had a clear mind. Only the prince had thoughts going through his mind as he thought, "Oh my gosh! I knew she was cute, but I did not know she was that cute!" Chapter 3. Day 1 is a success. It was morning when Lucy opened her eyes. Everyone else was asleep, so having nothing else to do, she went out into the hallways, found a guard next to her door, and asked for directions to the kitchen. Thanked him, grabbed one of her recipes, and went there. When she got there, she pulled her hair back, washed her hands, and got to work making breakfast for King Lloyd, Queen Siren, Prince Hugh, and Sakura. When Lucy turned on the oven and started cooking, the head chef walked in. "What is this? A girl cooking in my kitchen? What do you have to say for yourself?" the chef asked with an apparent accent. Lucy simply answered, "I wished to express my gratitude to the royal family for letting me come here." The chef then replied, "Ah, then what are you making?" "Scrambled eggs. And if you could get me the bacon and start making toast, that would also be so very helpful." And so Lucy and head chef Jacques got cooking in the kitchen and had enough time to make thank you notes for the royal family. When they were done, everyone who was supposed to bring the royal family their breakfast did, and Lucy brought Sakura hers. When everyone was done, Lucy and Sakura got dressed and went to the restroom to do their hair and brush their teeth. While they were brushing their teeth, a maid came in and said, "Prince Hugh is requesting Lady Lucy in the main hall. When you're done with hygiene, of course." And walked away. Lucy and Sakura were in the main hall. Lucy was there on Hugh's requests, and Sakura was there to make Lucy feel comfortable. The main hall was similar to the ballroom, but without pillars, and the floor was marble instead of faded bronze. Hugh was standing, waiting, and he showed the brightest smile anyone could ever see when Lucy walked into the room. Hugh then walked over to Lucy and said, "Breakfast was delicious. I hope you make something again soon, Lucy." His bright smile turned his voice gentle as he said those words. When Hugh was done, they stared at each other for a few minutes, with Sakura sitting right next to him, looking at those two with a smug look on her face. It wasn't long after Hugh opened his mouth to say something else when the king and queen walked in and saw. Well, the king said. You must be Lucy, he said as he walked to his son. And you must be Sakura. The queen walked up to Lucy and said, Hello, Lucy. I am Queen Seren. He is my husband, King Lloyd. We both read the notes you left us, and I'm afraid you have mistaken for who invited you over here. It is true we let you come, but the one who invited you was Hugh. Lucy looked over to Hugh, who was talking to his father, looked over to her and smiled. Lucy, on the other hand, felt glue. Oh, me? And thought, I should have known. Seren continued, but either way, you're welcome. And we are glad you had a good time last night. And what you made was absolutely divine. Lucy smiled and accepted the compliment. After that, the king and queen left. The three of them were alone. After a few minutes, Hugh suggested, So, do you like horses? Lucy grinned while Sakura said with enthusiasm, Heck yeah, we do! So Hugh led them to the stables, where they got to see the horses and got into riding uniform. They then spent the whole rest of the day just riding horses. It was almost dinner time when Hugh and Lucy returned. Sakura was right behind those two the whole time. And that's the end of the sample. I hope everybody enjoyed this as much as I did. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I hope everybody will has a great rest of your day. And oh my word, 7 years. 7 years has passed since I wrote those 3 chapters. Holy moly. I don't even have to read the new one right now in order to tell you how my style has changed. Oh, comment if you got it this far. Specifically, comment who your favorite character is so far. I know 3 chapters is not much to go off of, but if you want to know the rest, be sure to buy my book. The ebook is out now, actually, and the physical copies are going to be released by the time this episode comes out, actually. So, on May 30th, 2025, the physical copies are officially open for orders. Right as of recording this, they were still in pre-order stage. But still, have a nice day. May the brain rot consume you.